Blacklist Hunter here, and today we're going to simply yap about Razer and why he is insanely powerful. Now right off the bat I gotta say that this man Razer has a lot of aura, and I don't mean that Razer is so cool. Yes, he is, but Razer has too much of a presence. Razer's presence alone was able to put pressure on the Phantom Troop. I feel like he just turned on his aura without even powering up his Ren, and things simply felt that immense pressure emitted from Razer's presence. Finks, who is a strong Nen user on his own, admitted that Razer is strong, meaning that he is trouble to deal with. I personally feel like Razer would destroy Finks at mid difficulty, and Finks certainly knew he needed the rest of the group, man, to have a chance against the legendary Razer. Now I gotta remind those who have forgotten that Razer was an S rank criminal, while the Phantom Troop, considering all the crimes they've done, they are still seen as a A-class bounty in the eyes of the authorities. You can say that when Razer was younger in his crime days, his aura and Nen was so powerful he may have destroyed many strong Nen users and possibly even Blacklist hunters who had Razer as an objective to capture. So imagine Lipo going after a guy like Razer who has murdered possibly tens of Nen users. You think a guy like Lipo, with all the versatile ability he may have, can take out a powerhouse like Razer? There isn't a chance at all, man. Unless you block Razer's whole aura flow, then you have a chance. This man Razer is a dude that has a high chance of ending Nen geniuses like Hisoka. He has a chance to take out experienced assassins like Silva. While Razer is no genius, and according to Togashi he is a great Nen user, it's also specified in the chart that a genius Nen user can fall into the great category due to not training constantly. While Razer has been shown to train in Grid Island, lifting weights and such, I feel like Razer may have only faced average Nen users in his time in Grid Island, but a lion is still a lion no matter where it stays. I feel like people only acknowledge characters like Hisoka, Chrollo and Kurapika while forgetting that Razer is a whole beast of a Nen user. Now the biggest compliment to Razer's power, I feel like you know what I'm gonna say, is that a younger Jing, a man who only wants adventure and having fun in a long journey, felt the need to go and apprehend this monster. It doesn't seem likely that Jing Freak somehow met Razer all by chance or randomly in the city while walking. Jing may have gotten info or heard that there is a strong Nen user who is giving people trouble, who is so formidable nobody wants to go and have a try. Look at what monstrous strength Razer displayed in the Dodgeball game. Even Biscuit Kruger, a old Nen master, a fox, a teacher with a lifetime of experience, admitted in her mind, in her thoughts, that Razer is truly strong. Now if Biscuit says that Razer is truly strong, that means that Razer is definitely strong. Now let's take our dangerous group in Hunter x Hunter world, the Phantom Troop. The only characters that can manage to take out Razer are either Hisoka or Chrollo, and from the Zoldycks, either Zeno or Silva. Silva stated that ending a Phantom Troop member wasn't worth it, as the member may have been strong, basically. What would Silva say if he came face to face with Razer? Both being emitters, it would be such an intense battle seeing two people who possess such monstrous physical strength and aura capacity. Now let's be real here, have we seen better physiques than Silva and Razer in the entire series? Maybe Hisoka is on their level, but not only these characters are physically monstrous, Razer possesses aura quantity and Nen proficiency. We know Razer has a large quantity of aura since he is responsible for most of the emission spells in the Grid Island game. Razer has such a keen eye and experience that he could instantly tell which one from Gon's group was strong, them being Hisoka, Biscuit, Tesgera and Goreinu. Tesgera, for example, could instantly tell that Razer was a game master and strong, plus that Razer had a higher quantity of aura. When Razer found out that Gon is Jing's son, his power up was so insane. Even in the manga you can feel the pressure while reading it. It's like Togashi wanted us to feel that Razer has that presence. One of the coolest moments of Razer that I like is when he caught Goreinu's throw with one hand, and we gotta realize that Goreinu put some significant aura into that throw, and he is a decent Nen user, and he was made to look like a kid. Razer's strength is insane, man. When he threw that ball, Goreinu's whole life flashed before his eyes. Not only Razer's emission attacks are incredibly powerful. The way that he creates Nen beasts and they can all pass the ball at incredible speed and power, that is dangerous for any opponent. We don't know the extent on how Razer can use his devils in a real fight, but if he can summon, let's say, 4 devils and fight an opponent, although Razer's aura quantity gets reduced, the opponent can get overwhelmed by the sheer power. That is, if the devils somehow can shoot emission attacks or even rocks for that matter. We saw what powerful throws Razer has. Even a mere small Nen beast made Hisoka break his fingers. That's how fast the whole attack was. Razer, while having the aura dispersed among few devils, was able to withstand and bump a full powered Gon Janken attack, and that certainly shows that Razer is insanely powerful. Gon definitely didn't hold back on that attack, and this is the moment that Biscuit said that Razer is seriously good and that his timing and deflection was perfect. Imagine that. Razer is incredibly skilled. Razer's spike, however, couldn't be stopped in any way, shape or form, and that's why Gon, Killua and Hisoka had to work together in order to stop the insanely powerful Razer's throw. Gon was called a monster by Razer while he powered up his less powerful Janken, but what's more impressive is that Razer was able to bounce the attack back, and the only way that they managed to win the dodgeball game is that Hisoka used his ability Bungee Gum to stick the ball to Razer's hands, and even Hisoka did struggle a bit, bro. Razer is just too strong, and this is not even an exaggeration. I feel like people don't understand that Razer is the top high level Nen user. Not only Razer has probably more raw aura than most Nen users we've seen, he is also extremely powerful in enhancement. Let alone his natural category emission, he should be tremendously capable. We saw how effortlessly Razer destroyed the boat of the spiders in Grid Island like it was a walk in the park. Imagine a stronger emission attack like, for example, those that Silva does with the orbs. Razer certainly is on the level of Silva. Silva though should be a little bit stronger, but Razer is definitely somewhere around his level. Razer is without a doubt a threat to even a pro hunter like Kite. Makes most hunters look like fodder, and it's not even an exaggeration. What you need to defeat Razer though isn't pure power like Uvogin. I believe Razer can end Uvogin in mid difficulty as well, just like Finks. What I am entirely sure though is that you cannot beat Razer in a conventional way, like hand-to-hand combat or simply by raw power. What you need to defeat a monster like Razer is tricky and overpowered abilities like Chain Jail. Completely disrupt Razer's entire mechanism, his aura reserve. You need to have a lot of versatility, a cool and tricky ability, and a high IQ just like Crollo in order to beat Razer. This is all I want to say, and leave your comments down below. What do you think about Razer? What is something I missed about Razer? And if you enjoyed, consider subscribing. Let's reach 1K subscribers, and I'll see you in the next Hunter x Hunter video.